my name is Mark Mickleborough. I've had a couple of hair transplants with Dr. Mulholland and his wonderful staff. Why did I do it? And I had some pattern baldness that I was uncomfortable with, so I started to explore seeing if there was opportunities, if I was a candidate basically, to fill in some of the pattern baldness. Actually, my wife had some cosmetic surgery done by Dr. Mulholland and his staff, so she insisted that I come here, and that was certainly a good choice on her part. When I had my assessment done, I really felt I got the pros and the cons, a realistic evaluation of the expected results. I didn't feel I was oversold, and I felt like I was dealing with people who had a lot of experience and were very technically proficient. When I came out on the other end, I was more than pleasantly surprised by the result. You're never quite sure what the optics of what it's going to look like are, but I was really pleased. How was loss of hair affecting your life? Well, I think for men, it's probably a little bit of a confidence thing and a little bit of looking older than perhaps you actually are or feel. Why Spa Medica? Well, I think if you take the opportunity to meet with the people, see the setup. Dr. Mulholland and his staff are trained professionals with lots and lots of experience. There's no rookies in the lineup, so to speak, or I didn't feel like it was a training program at all. It was people who had spent, who are dedicated professionals and spend a lot of time doing this. They're able to give you a realistic assessment and, frankly, your best chance at, maximizing the results. My experience was really good. Again, I didn't think any of the process was overpromised or misrepresented in any way. If you follow the prep as well as the aftercare instructions, I think you minimize any difficulties you might encounter. And then if there are any afterwards, you sort of maximize your recovery process. So I think there's a very detailed set of instructions given well in advance. Read them, do the prep, and then very carefully follow the aftercare. If you have any questions, when to touch donor sites or recipient sites, or when to wash them or put water on them or whatever. Dr. Mulholland has a dedicated staff. You can send them an email and you can get a quick response as to how to handle the situation. Was there pain during or after? It's a little bit like going to the dentist. The most painful part is the needles. There really isn't medical science in general hasn't figured out how to get away from the original pain of getting the freezing in. You can squeeze the rubber ball and frankly, in moments it's over. Once the freezing takes effect, you're sedated, you're really not feeling anything. Given their level of professionalism, plus the nature of the procedure, there's not a lot of pain involved. So, people who have low pain threshold, the most pain you're going to feel is like going to the dentist to get a root canal or something of that nature, and it's going to be the freezing needles, which is over momentarily. What is the recovery like? The recovery, looking in retrospect, is fairly quick. I mean, the human body has an amazing ability to heal itself quickly. The donor site scabs over and heals very quickly. The recipient site is a little more tender for a while longer, but it's not like you're in any kind of throbbing pain. It's just that you stay away from it, you don't touch it. How did I hide the donor and recipient sites? Well, as you can see, I wear my hair longer. The donor site's at the back. I had full cover of the donor site. What was the recovery like on the recipient site? Somewhere around the 2-week period or thereabouts, the scabbing comes off. The recipient site, it's a little bit more tender than the donor site. but it's not, by no means is there any type of constant pain or throbbing pain. How did you start to notice hair? Well, it happens very gradually, so it doesn't happen all at once, but you see a few hair follicles, and then it comes in a little bit patchier, we'll say, and then you sort of have a whole crest of hair, that sort of the original hair that breaks through the skin. It does take an extended period of time for all of the transplanted hairs to come through. So one thing you should not expect is instantaneous results. You have to be patient, and I emphasize do proper aftercare, because you want to, if you want to do this, you want to maximize your results. Both myself and my wife were more than pleased with the results. There might be a period of time where you're uncertain as to what to expect, but all I can say is be patient, listen to the staff. They have they've done many of these. They'll tell you almost exactly how long it's going to take the recipient hair to come through the skin, and once it comes through, the hairs are placed so close together that you'll be very pleased with the results. How has the increased hair changed my life? Well, I think it has a very positive impact on your life. I mean, it's every day of your life. If you look better, you feel better. And I don't think that's a very bold statement to make, but it allows you to feel better about yourself, so you are going to be your more confident self, your better self. What are your friends and family saying? Well, that's an interesting one. Only my wife and one of my close friends said anything. It happens so gradually. You need sort of time-lapse photography to see it all come in. There was certainly less comments than what I expected, but for me that's a good thing. It's not a topic of conversation that I wanted to engage in. I did address it in the few instances that people did notice, but outside of maybe your close family and your work colleagues, it happens so gradually that others may just sort of revert to the image they had of you when you had more hair or even a full head of hair. Does it look natural? Yes, it's hair. I mean, it's your own hair. It is not transplanted synthetic material. Would I do it again? Yes. I've actually done it twice already. I'm coming back for a third time to do a little bit of crown work. So if I didn't like the results, I would not be coming back here for a third session. The team is very good. They're not trying to just run people through here who might not be good candidates for this type of procedure. So yes, I would recommend it to friends and family. You're treated very professionally by everyone here. If you have a question, you can ask a question. There's follow-up care. They're interested in the results. They want to see what has transpired. I'm very happy with the results. And like I said earlier, it has a daily impact on your life. And it has an involuntary daily impact on your life. So once you do it, you're going to feel the benefits forever.